cutscenes incentive, but 100% will still be really cool. Grumpmeister, please take it away. It's yours.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, sadly we didn't make the cutscene incentive, but I'll, since I have to start a new game anyway, because I tend to practice and whatnot, I will show you the intro and the outro, like when we're done. I'll show you those cutscenes to show what you have missed. Other than that, a quick introduction. I'm Grumpmeister. I do speedrun all three CDI Zelda games, among a lot of a bit of variety into the notorious and bad or obscure games. So that's all cool. I'm just going to boot up the cutscene, so the timer doesn't start just yet. We have some time still, but you can enjoy it for the time being. Enjoy.
Zelda, Duke Onkled is under attack by the evil forces of Ganon. I'm going to Gamelon to aid him.
But Father, what if something happens to you?
I'll take the Triforce of Courage to protect me. If you don't hear from me in a month, send Link.
Impa?
Don't worry, Zelda. The Triforce of Wisdom promises the king will safely return.
Enough. My ship sails in the morning. I wonder what's for dinner.
Oh boy! I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok!
A whole month gone, and still no word.
I'm certain he's all right.
Yeah, that old Ganon's no match for the king.
Link, go to Gamelon and find my father.
Great! I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos!
Wake up, Impa. We're going to Gamelon.
All right, dear. I'll get the Triforce of Wisdom.
Alright, so you just got the lore of the game and why we're in Gamelon as Zelda, because this is the first game in which you actually play as Zelda, which is cool enough as it is. The game will start once I enter the stage here, once I gain movement normally. I'm not going to be that tight with it when it comes to the marathon run, obviously, because it's a bit of finicky timing to go with. So I'm just going to count it down for Tress in the chat and then just get started. There we go. All right. So this is Zelda: The Wand of Gamelon. Again, like it's the first game in which you can actually play as Zelda. It was released for the Philips CDI back in 1993, if I'm correct. And it was released at the same time as Link: The Face of Evil, which is basically the brother-sister game. I have my internal lore. Oh, I got inputs eaten. Oh, that's bad. It's fine. It still died. I have the internal lore that Link: The Face of Evil happens before Zelda: The Wand of Gamelon. The reason is at the end, so stay tuned. Not clickbait. Absolutely no clickbait. But again, yeah, I tend to practice a lot of all cutscenes because that tends to happen with marathons. This is the first time 100% is shown at a marathon. So I'm going to try my best to skip all cutscenes and not accidentally miss out on anything, because it's incredibly easy to do so. So first off, we just went to Aru Anu. We got a cloth. And the enemy did not spawn there, and so I'm going a little bit back for it. There we go. I do want this hedge throw to spawn because it will give me a lot of rubies. Or rubies in this game. I'm going to take that. I'm going to death warp out of this stage because that's generally the faster way to go about it. I'm going to do that twice just to get some ruby farm going. That should give me enough rubies at the end to at least continue on to near the end of the game. I'll have to do one more Sakado trip later on, mostly to get to 100% of the game, because 100% Like, again, it did not spawn. 100% in this game basically means that we will get all item upgrades, but we will not necessarily get them in order. I'm just going to kill these. There we go. Oh. So we're not necessarily going to get them in order. Let's see. Like, in one of the houses that I run past, I'm going to do a quick check on my ruby count, actually. I should need one more trip. And then we're all set. Yeah. Okay, so this house here, where I'm jumping in front of now, is the shop. The house that I'm in front of now has the, I guess you could call it the Master Sword, but it's the Power Sword. I'm having really bad luck with the spawn rate of this hatchet thrower. Luckily it doesn't matter too much, but it's annoying. It has a power sword laying in there. It's on top of an attic. And it just generally... Wait, I can do this to this. It's just generally a nuisance to get because you have to do some really precise jumps without having any of the, or without having the lantern at this point. Let's see, 3, 4, excellent. This is what I need. I needed at least 4. I could have tried for the 5th actually. I may have had enough rubies for it, but it would have been cutting it close. Right, we're now going on and onwards, and we're going to complete this stage. To complete this stage, normally you just have to kill the boss of this particular stage of Sakado. Okay, now it did spawn. Thank you. But while we're at it, we're going to get one more item that's basically used as a quest. We haven't officially gotten the quest yet, but we can get the item and then hand it in immediately. So to the left there, the woman that you saw fiddling with Cape there, she basically tells you, or she will give you that cloak. But the cloak itself is useless until you bring some fairy dust. So we're just going to hand in the fairy dust immediately when we can. And skip this little bit of questing, so to say. So, no, this was really bad. As you can see, this gets scary. Because there's a lot of Arpagos in this stage. I just want this egg and not die just yet. Come on, give me the egg. There we go. Now I can die. And that warp back to the bottom. And actually, I just noticed that... Did I restart the stage? Yes, I restarted the stage, okay. I, for a moment, thought that I didn't restart the stage and would end up as a game over here. If I do, then I just messed up. We'll see. Because we want to take a death warp out of this little graveyard as well. Basically, the key to the church is hidden here at the far end. I'm going to take the death. Okay, I did not mess up. Good. And now we're going into the church and going to kill the first boss of the game, which is Gypto. So yeah, where it's normally a normal enemy in Shrine of Gamelon, he is one of the bosses. I'm skipping the cutscene, sadly. It's a good cutscene. Climbing up again, and then selecting the shroud. Climb up again. Yeet the shroud at Gypto. He doesn't like the warmth of the shroud, so yeah, he just shrivels away. And now we're on to Washubi Swamp, and Washubi Swamp is an absolute nightmare when it comes to the speedrun of this game. We have to go through this twice. Once to unlock the next stage, and the second time to get the power cloth. However, we're going to have to swim, we're going to have to use these crocodiles. And there is an intended way that doesn't use them, but honestly, that takes long. So, okay, this was good. These jumps are incredibly tight. You have like a few frames at most to actually make those jumps. So it's really easy to die here. And you have to wait until like the last moment that the crocodile is still above water to jump, otherwise yeah, you will fall right down to the bottom of the screen and you'll die. But we made it. I can still die here. I actually, during practice yesterday, I did. But luckily that was not the case this time. So here we have the sort of alchemist, Grimdo. He will eventually give me the power glove. But not yet, because we don't have the Hanyu Spore yet. And the Hanyu Spore can luckily be found in Hanyu Forest, which is the area that we just unlocked. So if you do this section perfectly, it is an incredibly smooth experience and a lot of fun. I did not do it perfectly because I should not have jumped there, but it will all be good. I may have to take a death, but that's about it. Anyway, we're now going to get the Hanyu Spore first, and that is going to be done on the bottom of the screen, the bottom row. Okay, I have one heart left, so I can take 2 hits. Let's see, I'm going to take this. Okay, I was going to say, like, I'm going to take this carefully, but I am going to take a death here because the bots in this stage are incredibly aggressive. Normally, I do not take any damage. Normally I do not take any damage on the first screen, so I can just make this section in one go. But that was not the case this time, and I have to make this jump because even though you see the slope on the bottom there, you cannot get back up there without a rope, and that's an absolute waste of a rope. Not doing that, instead heading into the fairy pool. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Just going to crouch underneath those fireballs. These fireballs are a one-hit kill. You have to be really careful with that. And I have to kill 2 more of the witches. So killing this one, making sure that she will miss her aim. I did not really get the rope there. So we just got a life heart from the fairies and we got the fairy dust, which is necessary for the cloak later on. At least once we get back to Sakado. Right, onwards to Go Beyond Ship, which is a pretty straightforward stage. I have to be careful here with jumping. As you can see, if I jump, I get stuck on the ceiling or in the sky. And that slows down your movement. So there are a few spots here where you can actually jump, but it's really easy to just get stuck. So I'm just going to wait for the Sora to use his last ball here. I did not want to jump there. That was actually my D-pad acting up. I'm using I'm playing on the official CDI. I'm playing on the CDI 220 model. And I'm using a Graphis style gamepad. And this D-pad has a few small issues recently. So some jumps are definitely not intentional. I just wanted to walk down here, drop myself on this crocodile, kill the Sora here, because the Sora is annoying, and get onto the ship. Anyway, here we're going to just jump onwards to get to the middle mast, because the key that we need and a feather that we need is all the way up here. So we'll also need some ropes to climb this section. I do have some life at least. I'll just kill these. I'm not going to take too much of a risk. I do have to jump there because otherwise the platform does not appear. We get the Arpicle's feather, get the key, so I can unlock the main room in this ship. Just fall all the way back down. Luckily there's a little stick sticking out that will conveniently catch me as I fall. So if you're low on health, you can actually take a death warp there, but given it's a marathon and I already died once, not worth the risk. So here we have a reflective shield, reflecting shield in this case, just laying around, and then we're done with the stage and we unlock Shrine of Gamelon. We're not going there yet. We need an item upgrade before we can actually do that. But the Shrine of Gamelon as the name kind of implies, plays a big role in this game. Okay, this is bad, but we'll make do. We'll make do. So, again, I have to deal with these crocodile jumps, and we're just going to hope for the best. Like, if you miss a jump here, it's just a big time loss. See, I thought I was too early, actually, but that was really tight then. Yeah, that's also why my estimate is for the 100% is at 40 minutes, because if you die on Washibi Swamp, you're in big trouble, estimate-wise. So this gives me a bit of leeway, but generally I did take the time down quite a bit, just a bit more than half a year, I think. But since then, I've gotten this CDI. This CDI is just slightly faster, so that's really convenient. Alright, so we just handed in the Hanyu Spore, and we got the Power Glove. Because he'll just steal Zelda's glove, turns it into the Power Glove using the Hanyu Spore in the pot. Really convenient, and with some fire. Really convenient. So, we're now heading into Kobitan, and this is going to require some mental power for myself, because normally this is my second trip into Kobitan, so I'm already done with it, but this time I'm not. So, what we have to do is get a key. This little barn here has a fire. It is some sort of a boss, but not really. It doesn't have a cutscene or anything. So it's not, yeah, not boss material, you know? So we'll walk back down, leave the barn again. We're doing a lot of these rooms. I'm going to try to do pretty much every room in the dark. Also because I didn't buy any lamp oil. But yeah, not having to select the lantern is generally helpful. There's one more house to the left here. The house to the left has the lantern. So if you do want to get it casually, you can just find it there, just laying around on the top of that house, basically. So we just gave this woman, so hungry girl, we gave her the Arpicle's egg because she was incredibly hungry and she was craving an Arpicle's egg. And in return, she gave me a flute. The flute is basically, well, given that it is a Zelda game, it's staple to have some sort of instrument. This is really bad. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, so what I wanted to do there is just bypass everything. Or bypass, if you may. But I did have a few hiccups in my movement that did not allow me to do so. But yeah, generally you just want to do this, enter the cave, there's a Goma here. Select the Power Glove, which I could have done earlier. Kill the Goma, which drops 10 rubies. That's also a nice moment to point that out. There's 3 types of rubies in this game. You have the red ones, those are only worth 1, as you just saw there. You have green ones, which are worth 5, which is why I was doing the grind and trying to get the hedges throwers. I did not have to hit her, actually, because she just gives life. And there's the blue ones, which give 10 rubies. So there's also the fact that in this game, you pay rubies, basically, to use an item. And in this case, a Power Glove costs me 10 rubies to use. So killing an enemy that drops 10 rubies with Power Glove makes it cost neutral, which is a good thing. I did not want to end the shooter leg, actually. Before I noticed that I messed it up later on. It's part of a bit of a reroute that I've done. To do Hanyu Forest just before Shooter Lake, because you're right next to it. And we have to go back here, because we just... That was like the slightest bit that I could have missed. Let's just do this again. Okay, let's not do that again, but, you know, do this proper. There we go. This is what you want. Anyway, what I was going to say is you need to go back to Hanyu Forest, because on the bottom, on the second screen, there's Myra. She is like a force fairy kind of dealie. And she'll turn your shroud that you use to kill Gypto into basically a flying cape. So that is going to be our goal. We want to get to Myra, and after that we want to take that. Because I died twice, in this game you only get like 3 attempts at a stage. I died twice already, so this is my last attempt, meaning that if I die here, I get immediately booted out of the stage, which is good, because that's kind of what I want. But yeah, dying is generally slower. So it's just nice that I don't waste too much time in this case. Anyway, Shutai Lake. Here, this is yeah, a bit of a village with those huts on pillars. We have this key hidden here. This will unlock the hut all the way at the end of this first screen. So quickly grabbing that and bouncing our way to that hut. And I should not get hit much, if at all. I got hit once there, that's fine. Walk a bit here to the end of that little branch. Jump on the hut and then make our way down here. And if there's a boss involved in the stage, it's quite likely that Impa is involved, because she's generally there to give you hints. So I'm going to try to time my jumps here so that I don't get hit by too many of the spearfish, which was decent. I will get hit by the Sora here. That's okay. We're at 2.5 hearts. Should be able to get to the top. If not, then, well, I mean, that's going to be unfortunate, but this is incredibly tight as well. Like, I cannot stress how much or how difficult it is to jump up here. And this one's relatively smooth, actually, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, this stage has a boss, because, yeah, Impa was involved. So we're entering this tower, fall down here, do 2 jumps, and then we're at the door. And this is a bit of a unique room for the Zelda CDI games. Because it's timed, I have to wait for an enemy spawn, so I'm just going to kill a few of these enemies. And there we got the Moblin. Drops key, we can enter. Highly intensive boss fight here. So that was the wrist rope. I did want to make sure, yeah. That was the wrist rope. Using the reflective shield, you can just bounce back his projectile, and we're all good. So here I'm going to throw a bomb. Step Lady Alma here. Lady Alma will give us, well, first tell Zelda that, let's see, I'm going to do this. First tell Zelda, like, yeah, she ran into Link, and she gave him a kiss. So Zelda is not amused by that, but at least she got a nice bottle to show for it. Anyway, we're now heading into Taikogi Tower. We already bypassed one cutscene. I'm going to do this. Yeah, this should kill both. There we go. That will give me another blue ruby, which again makes the use of the power glove cost neutral. Now I'm going to take a quick death here, because only having 1 heart to climb this tower is annoying. We have 6 ropes. I need 2 here. So yeah, I should be good for the stage after this as well. Oh, didn't want to go this far. Climb up here. Jump up so that we can see the next section. Come on. Okay. These darkness can be incredibly annoying. This is why. Okay. I did get hit once more, but that's okay. And here we have the Iron Knuckle, which is also a boss fight in this game. And then hit him with the power glove. That's the only way that you can kill him. He'll give me another life heart. The cutscene of this section is just incredibly good. Like, it's just one of the better ones. I'm actually going to leave him hanging there. Because, again, like, he will give me a lantern upgrade, but it's not the final lantern upgrade. So for 100% again, we just want to get the fully upgraded items. And in this case, it means that we will just grab the... Okay, it was so good. We will just get the absolute final lantern upgrade instead. It will make things a bit annoying because not having the lantern upgrade means that I have to do this next section, Dornan Cave, in the dark, which is incredibly tight. There's a few jumps in here that are not easy. I'm just taking a quick death here, so that I'm at full health. And I have to do this in one go. The reason for this is that I only have 3 ropes, and I need 2 of them. Oh god, okay. So if I, for some reason, mess this up, then that was scary. I didn't think I would make it. So let me just kill this Gleeok head. There's a Gleeok in this cave, which is somewhat of a boss, but not really. Okay. I'm trying to get a really tight jump going here. And trying to make sure that I do not fall. Okay, there we go. I did one little jump up, got on the platform. Now I'm on the top of the screen. Kill the Gleeok with a stab to the head. And leave the stage. If I would have fallen, I would have had one more chance to recover because I do still have 1 rope. But having 1 rope is not enough to play the game. So I'm going to head back into the little hut here. And I'll get... Let's see... You know what? I'll get 4. 5. Why not? It's marathon. I'm going for safety. I'll just leave the stage and enter again. Will make the hatchet throw respawn, so that has easy 5 rubies again. Because again, you need to spend rubies to use items. So we're skipping the power sword, and this time we got the baker. We save him. He's in this hut, and he'll give us what I like to call the validation bread. The bread is a one-use item. Like if you use it, it's out of your inventory. You don't really need it because it just lures all the articles of a screen to that bread. But you do need it for 100%. So we just handed in the fairy dust, got the magic cloak, which turns you invisible. Which sounds convenient, but it's incredibly expensive. It doesn't last long. It's not the best. It really is not the best. So from here, we're now heading into the blacksmith's house, which is the fisherman that we've saved earlier. We got the heat crystal. This means that we now have the fully upgraded sword. Like we went from normal sword to basically tempered sword. And it means that we now have power beams. I wanted to show that off, but that was not a good thing to do because I need to take it out. Let's see if I can get another direct spawn because articles don't really kill me too quickly. Come on, here, Dara. Here, Dara. Where are you? There you go. Okay. Okay, and I need to leave the stage. This was the last time that we're into Sagado. So, from here, we're heading into Dodomai Palace, and this makes things a little bit easier because I'm just doing 100%, and there is a really obscurely hidden cutscene in this stage that is way at the end, where you just normally wouldn't end up going. Like, Impa is here, but Impa is also later, can also be found later in the stage. So, instead, we're getting the Power Glove, smacking up this little wall that is blocking our way. I'm just going to kill those enemies. Chill on the back of the alligator. And we're now heading into this cave section. Right when we're close to the Sora, we're going to start jumping. We're basically jumping over the water, like on a few rocks. It sounds scary, but it's pretty safe. Alright, so here we have to kill these are the darkness actually. And by jumping here, like there's a big door there, so if you press, there's also a bit of a issue with this game, like you basically have 2 buttons. You have button 1, which stabs, you have button 2, which is everything else. Like open doors, use items like the power glove that I just did because I tried to enter the door. And then, if you crouch and press 2, you, for instance, this is going to be scary. You, for instance, open the menu, stuff like that. But by jumping and pressing 2, even if you're in front of the door, it doesn't matter. Like, it cannot... you're going to miss this cutscene. This is such a shame. By jumping and using button 2, even if you're in front of the door, it will use the item instead of trying to open the door. So that's what we just did to kill those 2 enemies. At the cost of 1 power glove hit. So now we're just going to bounce our way back. We just got the key. He told us, Lord Kiro told us that Duke Onklet, he betrayed the king and to strike the portrait in one of the rooms to get the key to get to him. So, yeah, Zelda was nice enough, thanked him, and went there. And yeah, that was the infamous "you killed me" cutscene. You know what? I have enough health. I can just go. But yeah, in the dark room that we're currently in, there is a lot on the right side still, and there is another entire dark room and everything. And all the way at the back, in one little room, there's Impa. And she tells us that the Hackdown that we just killed is dangerous. You get a little fun cutscene with that. But yeah, Hackdown is dead. Duke Onklet betrayed the king, but he's begging for mercy. He gives us the key to Shrine Palace, which you actually need because that's where our friend Ganon is hidden. But not before we go into Nokani Forest. Nokani Forest is going to be an annoying one, especially in the dark. That's something that I've somewhat recently started to pick up, while recently being when I started writing the game, or tried to change up the route a bit. So this is a bit of a difficult screen, these 2 screens actually. So let's hope for the best, otherwise we have a few extra ropes. Okay, this is fine. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to kill these 2. The downside is that I tried to use a rope at a section where... let's see... Yeah, I should use already. Okay, good. Jump again. Climb up here. And now enter the next screen. I used a rope at a section where there was already a rope stuck, basically. So it can't connect there. The ropes in this game only connect to wood. Which is normally good because, I mean, there's branches here and everything, but let's see. Okay. Jump up here a few times. I do have to get up once more. Let's do this one. Alright. Should be good. Yeah, we found the rope. This is a lot more difficult than it looks, honestly. It is really... This stage is just incredibly difficult. I just fell down. I jumped a bit far. That's fine. We can just leave the stage by dying, because this is the final stage of the chain of levels that you unlock. This means that we're now heading into the Shrine of Gamelon, which means that we only have 2 stages left. And here we have to deal with these flaming wheels. If you're quick enough, you can completely avoid this one, the first one. Yeah, we don't talk to Impa in this case. She will basically show what the boss is capable of on fuck. Then we're heading into the next screen. Like, this climb was incredibly difficult for me when I was young and played this. Because, yeah, I did play this as a kid. We quickly use the magic cape here to jump over. It will give me enough range to make that jump. Climb all the way up to Omfak. Up. Wait for Omfak to show his lips. We got him. And we got the Wand of Gamelon. So basically we're all set now to get to Ganon. And 100% wise, we're currently... the only item that we don't have in the inventory is are the bombs, because we used all of them. But since they're a bought item, they're not that important for it. And because we got the final lantern upgrade, it's a bit of a fun thing. If you don't have it, all the flying enemies in this stage are invisible. You really just can't see them. They're basically pulling a John Cena on you. Which makes this stage in any percent quite difficult, because, I mean, any percent means that, yeah, you're clearing things as quickly as possible and you skip Nokani Forest. Because Nokani Forest takes time. So that, yeah. that stage is just absolute hell. But luckily, we do have the lantern. We can see what's happening. And here I'm going to wait a little bit for the rocks to fall. And then move our way all the way to the left. There will be some rocks falling here, yeah. Okay, didn't get hit by too many of them. Going to select the power glove to break this rock. We have more than enough ropes. I just got them as a backup. We didn't have enough rubies to use it again, that's fine. So, kill this enemy, jump up here, climb this ladder already. I'm going to wait this out. You don't necessarily have to, but taking a death at the sewer stage where we have to go will be better. So that's what I'm going for. Got some more rubies so that we can actually use items again. Climb up here. This way that head doesn't really hit you either. And from here I'm just going to kill this head, get the key. I'm up here. And instead of just jumping towards the exit, I can just use ropes because I have enough. So in the door that's currently above me, there's Ganon. But we do not have the key to enter that door yet. So we, as Impa would have told us, like we can only win by falling. So we're going to fall down this well here. This will put me in a bit of a sewer stage. You can get back outside right there at the grate. And let's jump there. Don't get hit. Excellent. I am going to try this and try to get through this part of the stage without getting hit too much. Which would allow me to hopefully take a death warp at the end. That's a shame. I really thought I would have blocked that boomerang. That's okay. We're still good on ropes, so... This screen is also incredibly laggy. So I'm not going to be super careful, but... also don't want to lose too much health, just for safety, because if you have to redo the stage from the start, like even though you have the key to get to Ganon, it's just generally a pain. Don't want to do that. Alright. Kill this spider, and then head out. Yeah, and as OC mentioned, with having the final lantern upgrade, you pay 10 rubies instead of lamp oil, which is kind of more expensive, but the fairy lantern does last longer. So that's convenient. But I'm just going for the complete showcase here. I'm going to try to do everything in the dark. So that's normally the fastest as well, I mean. Not having to select the lantern. There we go. Now we'll climb up. Okay, I still have the rope selected. It's a bit of force of habit. Oh, There we go. I forgot to climb the normal ladder, so I was one floor lower than I expected I would be. And now we're already getting really close to the end of the game, actually. I'm just going to kill some of these enemies so that they're not being a bother. And I'm going to select the Wand of Gamelon. As you could see, like, I have all the items upgraded. I'm all set to finish the game. So you're getting this one for free.
Dare bring light to my lair? You must die!
Because come on, this is such a good cutscene. Okay, trying to avoid him and then swag throw and kill Ganon. That's how you kill Ganon. Okay, so now I'm going to jump all the way. I fell down. That's okay. Should be near a chair here. Yeah, okay, I found the correct location. Found the door. And we're about to be done. As I stab the king. Time.
Father!
You saved me!
Here's the traitor, your majesty.
Just to show this off, obviously.
Your omnipotence, have mercy.
After you've scrubbed all the floors in Hyrule, then we can talk about mercy. Take him away.
Yes, my liege.
Alright,
What happened to
so
Link?
that's a 38-21 for you,
Stop
Grump.
looking at yourself.
That's good enough. Thank you.
What happened?
Yeah,
Nothing, Link.
just
We're
to
about have
do
a
some
feast.
closing words here. As the king is about to laugh, I'm letting that one go. There you go. Yeah, I've been Grumpmeister. I speedrun Zelda CDI games, among other things. And I'm soon TM going to do a complete refresh of these games in all the categories, so all cutscenes, 100%, any percent. And I'm going to refresh Zelda's Adventure because I want to start doing some unholy Triforce runs, which is basically all games back to back, starting with Face of Evil, into Wand of Gamelon, into Zelda's Adventure. There's actually a leaderboard for that, but it hasn't been populated yet, so I'm going to hope possibly be the first run to do that. Other than that, I may be back tomorrow. There's a bonus run on the schedule, which is Link to Face of Evil 100%. We still need some donations there to make that one happen. And yeah, I believe in you all. Keep supporting the good cause here. I mean, we're doing this for a good cause, obviously, and the money is going to be incredibly helpful. And yeah, keep up the good work. Keep donating. Get some of the incentives met during this marathon. Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Grump,
you're not
thank you.
stunting me.
Grump, thank you so much for doing this run. I hope you're gonna be back for the Faces of Evil later this weekend. It's on the schedule and somewhat easy to find if you all think for a second. It's easy to determine, but we'll reveal it a little later. I hope you're all gonna be back for that and pick up the pace on donating for that. And with that, I actually gonna wrap it up here. Grump, again, thank you so much. We're gonna head back to the break screen and
Thank
see
you
where
for having
everybody...
me.
Sure, and see you everywhere very soon with the Links Between Worlds randomizer.